Hey guys, thanks for tuning into my Florida drive-by, and I'm on the Vetrans Boulevard heading towards Sebring, Florida. I'm going to be turning here on, let's see what my information says here, Kings Highway, which is Highway 769. Then it becomes, if I stay on it about 13 miles, it becomes County Road 769, and I go to Southwest 72, 70, US 17, 66, and Highway 27 south, and then I'll be where I am, about 75 miles. I wanted to bring up a subject here today. It's 80 degrees. I'm in southern Florida. It's about 11:44. It is Monday, start of the work week for most people. Hope everybody's doing pretty good. And today is September 29th. Of 2015, and trying to make it through another year, healthy, wealthy, and wise, I hope. But anyway, I wanted to bring up a subject. Today is going to be police, and how police, if in fact police do mistreat, certain minorities and stuff, like black people, Puerto Rican, Mexican, poor whites. I would have to say yes. After looking at all the information, police are sworn to uphold the law and make arrests. Contrary to popular belief, police ain't out there to protect you or me. They're out there to arrest you and me. And unfortunately, it's true. Rehabilitation in the United justice system, there is not one. The only time there's rehabilitation if you're rich. If you got a lot of casholas, you got a lot of money in your pocket, then yes, there is rehabilitation. 99% of the time, well, I'll say 90% of the time, all right? Give you a little bit benefit of the doubt. If you get arrested for a crime, and in fact, if you are guilty, chances are, if you have enough money, you're not going to jail. If a poor person gets arrested and gets, convicted or charged, chances are they're going to jail because they probably won't have money to go on probation. They probably won't have money to pay a bail bondsman, and they probably won't have money to get off on the charge. So chances are they're going to go to jail. A prosecutor and a defense attorney, the prosecutor wants to prosecute you, your defense attorney wants to defend you and keep you from going to jail. Unfortunately, if you don't have any money, chances are you'll get a really shitty defense attorney or a defense lawyer or whatever. And the prosecutor will probably rake you and rape you blind and get you convicted to something. And a lot of times you don't even have to be guilty. Be in the wrong place at the wrong time. And the only reason I say this, I know because a personal friend of mine had some problems and he didn't go to jail. And then I had another personal problem. A friend that had a personal problem, and he did go to jail. So you tell me what the situation is. It's very, very straightforward that in the justice system, the police are out for the police. They're out to arrest you, to put you in jail. So that's why it is so critical that you do not talk to them or say anything to them. If, for whatever reason, they're going to arrest you or come to your house. And the biggest thing, there's usually only three reasons a police officer can enter your house. One, if he has a search warrant. Two, if you let him in. And three, if he has a suspicion if there's a crime being committed, like you have a kidnapped person in there or something like that. That may be only 3 reasons and 3 times he can come into your house. And very common, usually what it is this is usually how it works. For whatever reason, somebody might be suspecting you of something, or whatever the case may be. It brings law enforcement to your house. And law enforcement usually comes on a weekend in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning or something like that. They'll usually come early because they'll figure you're off from work and you're home. And a lot of times, police, before they come to your house, will send somebody out with a camera to take pictures of your house, to gather information, to see if your license plate's in the driveway, and things like that. So a lot of times, if you see somebody suspicious taking pictures, you can pretty much be sure that chances are there's maybe an ongoing investigation or something on you or whatever. But that's why it's really good to have surveillance cameras in your house. That's a very critical thing to have, so you can record any unusual activity outside your house. I don't have one, and I know I'm going to get one just to have it, and it's a good thing to have. But anyway, so let's go forward. So let's say somebody comes to your house 10 o'clock in the morning, knocks on your door. Your wife or your kid can answer, or your dog, or if you don't have anybody, you get up and you answer the door. Chances are they're going to say, is X and X home? And this is the police. So chances are when somebody hears police, right away they're going to call you to the door. Right away they're going to open the door. They're going to, people do that automatically, regardless if that officer has a search warrant or you're inviting them or not. Automatically they do that because they're very intimidated by the law enforcement. So what happens is, you come to the door, you say, yes, how can I help you, officer? And he says, well, I want to talk to you something here. I have some information here about something, or we know you did something, or whatever the case may be. Now at that point, first of all, I should have never really opened the door when they said police. Could have said, if you have a search warrant, you can come in. If not, I'm not letting you in. Because if they have a search warrant, they're not going to knock on the door anyway. They're probably going to break it in anyway. So, they're not going to ask you to come in if they got a search warrant, okay? They're only asking because they don't have one, and they want to get one, and they want to get more information on you so they can come in. So the best thing to say is no. But anyway, they may say, we're investigating a crime, or investigating something, we need to talk to you. Can you just talk just for a little while? And then you might go out there and be an idiot and not understand, like you might not have watched this drive-by, and you might not realize that you don't have to talk to them. And you go outside and you talk to them, or let them in the house and they talk to you or whatever, and then they get more information on you. And by the time you're finished with the conversation, they might want to record it. You might say, okay, record it. And then you're basically screwed. Okay, then the officer can get a little search warrant because now he's got enough information, or he can get an arrest warrant because now he's got enough information to go to a judge and get one. So the bottom line, you never want to let them in your house for any reason, even crack the door. Because if you crack the door and they see something in your house, if they're looking for somebody, and for whatever reason, the guy had a polka dot shirt, and they come to your door and knock on your door, you open your door and say, can I help you? He says, we're investigating, we're looking for somebody, and they happen to see the polka dot shirt laying on their chair, and it's the same polka dot shirt where the guy they're looking for, they'll say, hey, I see that polka dot shirt, it's the same shirt and now they have a reasonable suspicion they could probably come in your house. So, without the warrant, because there is a thing, if they think somebody's in danger, or if there's information or something in there that they need, or, that's towards a case, they can actually come in your house. So, bottom line, don't open the door. Best thing to say is, who is it, please? What do you want? Do you have a search warrant? I'm not letting you in. I don't know nothing about it. And that's it. And if you can record it, that's even better. That's the bottom line. That's what you should do. In a nutshell. And bottom line, if you don't have money and you get charged with something, chances are you're going to go to jail. And if you go to jail, chances are if you can't get bailed or you can't get out, you're going to stay in jail until you are seen by the judge, and he will tell you whether you can have bail or not, which might take a few weeks, it might be there a few months, depending on the severity of the crime. But anyway, bottom line, and I wanted to bring that up, it's, we got a lot of people in prison where have nonviolent felonies, which should not be in jail. And it's really ridiculous. Somebody maybe had a little pot in his car, or somebody stole something from Walmart, or wherever the case may be. A nonviolent felony, the guy should not be in friggin' prison. He didn't kill anybody. He should be given a second or even a third chance if he did do something wrong. You're just taking away, and then when you give somebody a felony, they have no right to vote. They have no civil rights. You're just making criminals in this country. And we have all these people in the prison. And bottom line, prisons are to make money, to pay salaries for prison guards, for judges, for lawyers. That's all it's about. It's all a money-making racket in this country. And if you have the money, you know, you're not going to do the time. And that's just the way it is. And it's unfortunate, like I brought up at the beginning of this drive-by, blacks, minorities, Puerto Ricans, Mexican. Yes, a high percentage of your black people are in prison. A high percentage of minorities are in prison because they don't have any money. A lot of them didn't have good educations, and they can't pay their self out. And a lot of them are not smart enough to even get representation. And police, I hate to say it, yes, they tend to be on a power trip. And they tend to want to push your minorities around. They do. And I'm speaking as a white American, you know. I see it constantly on the news. I see it everywhere with these police. And that's just a few. What about the ones that don't get caught? What about the ones that are out there beating the shit out of people, arresting people, and don't get caught, don't end up in jail? Well, you know, I'm really thinking of opening an organization for criminal rights. Well, you know, I mean, it would be good to have an organization out that would, give information to families of people who got arrested, a clearinghouse so somebody can make one call, and, so I am working on something in the mix. I really firmly believe that there's a lot of people that end up in prison, end up in the court system with no money, know what to do. They have no idea what to do. They're very scared, they're very nervous, and they need help. And there is no help for them. There is none. There's crime victims, you know, where they pay if you get robbed. But there's no for somebody that got in trouble. And it's a very scary thing. And bottom line I can give you, the number one thing is do not say nothing. Do not open your mouth. Deny. I don't care if you're 100% guilty, but to prevent further repercussions, you just say no. You can't come in my house. I don't know what you're talking about. Keep your door shut. Don't even open the door. Police officers have no right, and detectives or anybody has no right to come in your house without a search warrant, without a reasonable probable cause that there's a crime being committed, or if they're looking for like a fugitive or something in your house, or you let them in. If you let them in, say, yeah, come on in, then they can open up all different kind of things and say, oh, I saw something on the chair, what's that, what's this, I smelled this, and then you're really fucked. So I just wanted to bring that up. It's just some information for people that are out there. Bottom line, you should try to have a little bit of money put aside. It would be great if you could have $10,000 to $20,000 hidden in the backyard, buried somewhere with a relative or somebody. Some money. You need to have, if possible, a bail bondsman that has a regular number, not a cell phone, a landline, and a lawyer. If you can have those three things, chances are you can end up in prison, because bail will get you out and get you out in the world where you can work with your lawyer. You'll need money for that, and then a lawyer can get the case rolling and prevent you from getting a conviction, or maybe get you a withhold, which is a charge, but then with you're charged but you're not convicted, and that it will help you. So bottom line, those are the three things you need. And even if you don't have a lot of money, any kind of money would help, because most lawyers will take a deposit. But just in case you are charged with something that you have to defend yourself. And that's just the way it is. So, you know, I wanted to bring that up, and that's, you know, some information I think everybody could use, because don't forget, you know, you don't have to have done something illegal to get charged and arrested. Somebody could suspect you of something. Like, let's say you're out, I'll give you an example. I was at a little store with my buddy. We were going out shooting, and I had my gun on. He had his gun, concealed carry. And I just remarked to my buddy about a gun. And there was a woman, this big heavy-set black woman there. Oh, you got a gun? You got a gun? You got a gun? And she's real loud saying that. And I just said, oh, no, I'm talking about, I got a gun for my girlfriend, you know, pretending my pecker was a gun. And then she became quiet and laughed. But somebody can just overhear that word, and really, that person could have called the police, and then the police would say, you know, she said you had a gun. How did she know you had a gun? You can get into a world of mess. And then you might need a lawyer, and then you might need a bail bondsman. I mean, it can happen to anybody, whether you were, you know, you're guilty of something or not. That means nothing. It's just that you want to make sure that you're in a situation where you can get out of it. You don't end up in jail. You don't end up in prison. But I wanted to bring that up, and I hope you know, everybody can take this information and disseminate it. Don't talk to cops, no matter what. Okay, it's like the old Walter Matthau movie I watched. He was cheating on his wife. They busted in the hotel. He's in the bed with the girl. He got up. He's getting clean. She got clean. They both walked out, and the wife is yelling. And what are you doing? What are you? He says, I don't even know what you're talking about. And then he just went about his way, ignored everything, walked out the door, went home. And he says, I don't even know what you mean. So it was deny. Sometimes that's the best way to do it. But thanks a lot, and I hope this drive-by was interesting. And I really think anybody that, you know, is running into problems like that really needs to avoid the police. Do not talk to them. PM me if you have a question. I can give you out any information you need, anything that can help you. Thanks a lot, and have a great day.